I am hoping to start doing more lives again. Once my voice clears up properly, I will be doing more lives. But let's crack on. Let's put this on.
Pretty much they were in the main room. I heard them dancing and laughing. Kaylee went upstairs and she screamed because someone was in the room and she ran downstairs. And I kept calling her name and she wouldn't answer. And then I saw the guy. I just locked the door and I ran downstairs. We don't know what's going on.
Just come here.
She is straight in with a massive question, isn't you? And what frustrates me, what frustrates the hell out of me, right? And we've got to say it, and I know it's something that we say all the time, and that is you've got a situation where this call and everyone turning up happened 8 hours later. And there is no fucking explanation within the realms of normality that explains why these individuals who clearly saw what they saw, heard what they heard, didn't call 911. It won't. I can't work out. I'll tell you what I can't work out. I genuinely can't work out anybody who doesn't feel that this situation warrants a question. Do you know what I mean? At least to say, why did you not call for help? Why did you not call for help? It's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre that there are genuinely people out there who seem to think, no, you don't need to question it. You don't need to question it. You're victim blaming. You're victim blaming if you want to question these individuals. What the fuck are you talking about victim blaming? Listen to what they are saying they saw and listen to what they say they heard. And that was 8 hours before this situation here. 8 hours after they had heard what they heard, saw what they saw, there is no excuse for not calling help. The only people who do not call for assistance in this situation are people with things to hide. That is my opinion, and if you do not like my opinion, then fuck off, because that's it. Just don't make sense to me. That situation don't make sense. So you're straight off on a winner, aren't you? Straight off to a winner. Right, let's go.
There's two. Looks like fatalities.
I heard her scream and she ran downstairs because she saw someone. That's what I'm pretty sure she said. Someone's here, and she screamed and just ran downstairs. And I called for her name, but I jumped up and locked my door because I was so scared. And then I heard someone in the bathroom, and I heard her crying, and I heard some guy say that you're going to be okay, I'm going to help you. And I kept calling her name, but she wasn't answering. And then I opened the door for a second, and I saw this guy, and he was not insanely tall, but he was wearing all black and like this mask that was just covering his forehead and his mouth.
Well, get the into town. We've got a quadruple homicide.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. I genuinely don't understand. I don't understand how anybody, again, can be of a mindset that they, oh my God, just don't get it. Not today, Alistair. Not today, Alistair say? Not today, Alistair. I love this excuse people use. They were children, not adults. Bloody hell, maybe they should go back under their parents' roof if they're that young. Or if they're that fucking stupid. If they're that stupid. Do you know what I mean? I can't work it out. It was an absolute nightmare in that house. We know what the aftermath was. We know what actually happened. And it sounds like they pretty much were in the thick of it all. Were seeing it all as it was transpiring. You know, it weren't that they heard something and they could turn around and say, we thought they were playing with a dog, or they couldn't get in someone's room because the room was fucking shut up. Do you know what I mean? There's no excuse here. Yes, we are live for real. Deb, yes, we are live for real. Right, let's carry on. See how more fucking mental this gets. Yeah, I think this must be me.
Where's she at?
Mustn't it?
Yep. Where's she at? Where's she at?
Yes.
Where at? Up here? Up here. You got her all from that.
Straight in there. Look at it. Fucking shit everywhere.
And I checked this user's video that she's... And I didn't check her yet.
It looks like they're blocking a lot of it out.
Okay, get back.
I don't know if they're still in here or not. I grabbed the knife. They're like
1370.
So that's going to be looking straight towards Xana's bedroom, isn't it? Where this is going to be the bathroom on the left-hand side. So obviously they're blocking the view. But it's the house layout is it's a weird layout, isn't it? So if no one had been in this house before, if you imagine this killer comes into this house and it's quite dark, the camera Lucifer, no visuals, everything is redacted. They also redacts the comments made by officers upon finding the victims. That's fine then. Obviously, we're not here to just fucking, it ain't about the gore. It's trying to make sense. I want to try and listen and see whether there is any mention of a knife sheath. That would be interesting to see. Whether we can hear anything saying that, but let's carry on. But yeah, before I confuse myself, the layout of this house, it's an unfamiliar layout. So if someone's never been in this house before and they come in there and it's fairly dark, how would you be able to navigate this house with any kind of certainty? You wouldn't know what door was what was a bedroom, what was something else. Probably go in there wielding a knife in your hands and walk into a fucking cupboard. I don't know. Let's carry on. Look at all those bloody footprints, not. Yeah. Well, we'll get there. Let's have a look.
Okay, stay back there, please. Slow down. Just come here. There's two. Looks like fatalities.
So it's obviously, a shocking scene, isn't it? You've got your heart's got to kind of go out for the people who have got to deal with this. Why so many windows open? That was a good spot. Good spot. Why so many windows open? Because the only thing you can do in that instance is to guess, isn't it? And that is that you've got a house that is everything feels a bit claustrophobic in there. There's a lot of twists and turns, but everyone looks like they're on top of each other. And you can imagine after 8 hours with these bodies in this house, this house is going to start smelling like a really bad restaurant. And yeah, so it's almost like, maybe maybe the windows had been open to let some of that smell out. As gross as that sounds, that's the only thing to me what makes sense, but we'll carry on.
Dude.
Oh, for anyone who is interested, the link to this video, which is obviously Law and Crime, they are who showed this video. The link is in the description of this video, so you can go over there if you so wish. I'm in the UK, Sam. 10:45 a.m.
Okay. Nobody's allowed to leave for now, okay? Just stay here for me, please.
No one's allowed to leave. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, mate. I don't think they're really in a hurry to do anything. That's took them 8 hours to get you there. So it's not like they're going to turn around and go, we've got shit to do, bruv. We've got shit to do. We're off. We're all in a hurry here. No, not really.
You know
There's a lot of people starting to say that.
Okay. Here. Can you guys go over to the dumpster for me, please?
Just look at all the cars outside the front of this house as well. This is what the perpetrator would have seen. All of these cars. How would you have known how many people were in this house? How would you have known? Do you know what I mean? It's mental. Never mind.
Okay, let's clear it. Thanks for... It's over here.
Okay.
Well, it's nothing, is it? What to say? Just
Police department.
Police department.
Yeah, and look, the doors with the coded locks on them as well. Doors with all the locks. Again, something what the perpetrator would have had to have considered. Once I get inside this house, am I going to, first of all, how many people are going to be in the house? Secondly, am I going to be able to get in the rooms? If they're factoring that into the equation, then what are they or what have they done to prepare for having to break into rooms? Are they planning on just going in there and kicking the doors open? Do you know what I mean? Because this is a student house, and the doors, in theory, should all be independently locked, and very likely could have all been independently locked. Andrew says, where's the blood? Great question. At the moment, there does seem to be a bit of a lack of blood here. But carry on. Hello, Auntie. Good to see you.
Moscow Police Department, if you're in here, announce yourself.
Right, so this is the first they've gone back to this bit.
Moscow Police Department.
Have they not gone up the second set of stairs yet?
Clear here. Going up.
So again, look at the complete lack. If you're saying that people are running up and down these stairs, like heard a scream, someone's in my room or whatever, you know, I'm trying to make sense of trying to listen to what the surviving roommates or one of the surviving roommates are claiming that they heard with respect of, you know, it must have then been Xana on the stairs. So this individual's in the room upstairs. Does Xana come onto the stairs and interrupts the individual? The individual then turns and then comes down the stairs. This is going to be relatively dark. I don't think it's going to be pitch black, but relatively dark. But this individual comes down the stairs and doesn't get anything anywhere. There is not a single speck of blood anywhere on these stairs, and they are fucking white walls. White walls. They just don't seem right. You know, if someone's chasing someone down the stairs, they'd be using the fucking walls like a pinball wizard. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to be thinking, I'm just going to go down the middle here. I'm just going to make my way real carefully. They're going to be fucking bouncing off the walls, using that to come round the corner. And do you know what I mean? It's I don't know. Let's carry on. Nothing there.
Please start it.
We're on third floor, going up. We got another. Let's go police department.
Dude.
House clear?
We're clear. Let me just secure the outside first.
Go
So.
to the front door.
I'm just keeping an eye on comments as we go. No, let me just go back to that. Notice how Dylan sounds exactly the same as she did in court. The same hysterical fake crying while she talks. I don't believe a word she says because she keeps changing the story and none makes sense. Yeah, it's well, we've seen this footage now, haven't we? For the fact of the matter is, we've seen this footage, and we're getting kind of a front row seat. To me, it doesn't so much appear that she's the problem here. It appears that law enforcement have manipulated her story to downplay certain elements of it and to make some parts of it make more sense than what it does in actuality, which you can't blame her for that. You have to blame law enforcement for it. And being in this position where you could say they should have called 911 fucking immediately. They should have called 911 and listening to what she says there, that is, you know, that is indicative of, we know that things were happening. We was compass mentis. We literally was listening to this shit play out and did nothing about it. That is as impactful as, I don't know, Karen Reid saying that she hit her boyfriend in the car. Do you know what I mean? It's fucked up. It is a fucked up situation. Did law enforcement leverage these two individuals because they fucking should have called 911, and that put them in a position where they could leverage their story, manipulate it, perhaps move the time frame slightly as well to coincide with Brian Koberger. You know, what sort of time did this fucking happen? And do you know what I mean? It makes them, because they were clearly in the wrong here, it makes them very easy to be manipulated because law enforcement will leverage them. They'll leverage them if they can. But let's carry on.
There's a back entry. I was going to start taping it all off.
Brian's taping the outside off.
Okay.
Where's the other?
There are two right here.
Cutting a lot of the audio out, obviously explaining what's going on in these rooms.
I got in there.
Well, there's nothing even outside their room. When you think about the brutality of the attacks, the brutality of the attack on Kaylee, for instance, we've been explained about it. And look, this isn't about being a bit of a glory fucking hunter or a gore hunter. Do you know what I mean? This is about just trying to fathom out what's gone on and to understand. And for what we heard happened inside this house, it's way too clean. It seems way too clean. Do you know what I mean? Murphy, I did see someone say, "Where's Murphy?" We do apparently get to see Murphy shortly, so let's carry on. Thank you very much. No, he's not barked yet. He's not. But he is there. Thank you very much for the super chat. Dorothy asked a question. What was that? What did I miss? What did I miss? Dorothy asked. Trying to find it. Don't know why I can't see it. Can I see it up on here? Dorothy. Dorothy, so the cop supposedly got there now. Where is Murphy at this time? Is that a question? Yeah. As far as I'm aware, Murphy is in here and we are going to see Murphy. Remember in the still photos, it looked like Murphy was underneath the table, like the vanity desk in which would be Kaylee's bedroom. So I believe that he is in there, but we do get to see Murphy. Don't worry. It is very echoey in this house. This stuff ain't gonna happen without the noise travelling around the house. Like, listen to them going down the fucking stairs.
Check with the prints.
There's nothing anywhere. Like, when you think the killer come through and out the fucking sliding door, you know what I mean? Out through the slider. What we got? Look, there's not one spot of blood anywhere. I know, like, is it Sandra just said, yeah, we know that the Mount and Mama, I think the blood is in the rooms, and hopefully that won't be shown out of respect. We've obviously seen a lot of the pictures that have been released, and we know that there's blood in the rooms. But this sounds like it was also a very chaotic situation, and we've also got a house that is all very, very close together. It's a strange shape. Everything's in close proximity to one another. We hear that there's potentially people running up and down the fucking stairs, and Xana potentially being chased around the house. But there is no blood between the rooms. Not a footstep. Not where someone's brushed against the wall, even in here. Ask Reality, how many crime scenes have you personally witnessed? Probably more than you. I don't know, and I also don't see the relevance of that question. Without being rude, Tara, I don't really get it. We've been around this case from the very beginning for over 2.5 years. My point is about there is seemingly not one speck of blood outside of the rooms. I've seen crime scenes where there has been one victim with one penetrative stab wound where the individual has been left for a period of time. And you still can see stuff elsewhere in the house. Whether someone brushes against something, what you've got to kind of think here is that two of these individuals at least were stabbed multiple times. So the person who's done it is getting blood on them. And for them to maneuver themselves around this property, out of these rooms, into another room, out of the house, and not put anything anywhere else apart from inside the rooms is quite a skill. It's quite a skill.
There's nothing else out there. Do you want me to go back there and start IDing people? Okay.
Hi, Meg.
Okay, I'm gonna start IDing all of them.